Everyone, it's Misty from ScrapbookPal.com. Welcome to today's project. In this video, I'm going to be using products from the Inky Bouquet suite from Pinkfresh Studio. I'm using the stamp and the coordinating die set. I'm going to be stamping with Memento Tuxedo Black ink using my mini Misti. Here I'm just showing you that my hand is actually an IV bruise and not just dirty or something. Again, I'm stamping with Memento Tuxedo Black, and then we're going to be coloring this image. So I am taking inspiration from this painting that lives above my fireplace. I absolutely love bright, fun colors. And if you guys know me from my channel, The Jolly Fit Elf, you know that. So I have lighting that kind of reflects off the lid. So I'm going to keep my markers on the left-hand side for you. And I will also try to list them in the description box down below, along with all the other supplies and a link to the coordinating blog post. So I like to color darkest to lightest, and one thing that I did was I brought in the back of the packaging because they have a colored image for you, and I used that as a guide to know which petals went with which flower, and that was so very helpful. If you're having an issue, just see if you have the packaging and see if it has color, especially with Pinkfresh. I want to say they always do that now. I don't know if it's something they did in the past, but they do it now. So RV09, 06, and 04 is my absolute favorite color combination for pink, like a magenta or a fuchsia pink. 06 on its own looks like it might be a neon, but once it dries, it definitely isn't quite as stark as it looks when you first put it down. I mentioned before, I am someone who likes to color darkest to lightest. So I've gone in and I've put the darkest like in the center of the petals. There is a petal on the left-hand side that kind of folds over, so it would be dark under that. So anywhere where the petals are under a layer, that would be dark. So again, having that reference photo or reference image is very, very helpful when it comes to the stamp set. I love, like I said, I love bright flowers. I love bright bouquets. We try to get a bouquet every time we go to Costco. We go to Costco like every 2 weeks or so. I just love fresh flowers, and they're just so pretty. And we're getting to this will go up on March 6th. But March 1st in Texas is like meteorological spring, and it's been in the 80s the last couple of days here in Dallas. So I'm like, okay, I'm ready to plant. Like we have a planter on our front stoop that I want to put like a hydrangea in. I want to get some, geraniums in hanging baskets for our fence. I want to get some basil planted so I can make some fresh pesto. This time of year, minus tornadoes, is probably one of my favorites. So you saw that pink and orange were really heavy in that painting, and I brought them in here as well. That painting was one of the last things that I purchased for our living room because I knew that I wanted to bring in a lot of color, but it took me a while to find a painting that I actually just loved, and I love it so very much. I love that the navy kind of grounds it, but instead of navy, we're going to be using a really dark BG. So there are, as you can tell by the image, there are 3 flowers that are pink, and then there are 4 that are orange, and I did the same thing for this. So I have 4 that are orange, the smaller ones, and then 3 of the pink. So I used YR09, 16, and Y38. I really like that combination for oranges. This is my favorite color combination for greens, YG09, 07, and 05. And again, I'm going darkest to lightest. You can see there's a fold there in that leaf, so I've added the darker there. I also sometimes just kind of go down the veining of the leaf and make that darker and go lighter around it. There's no wrong way to color. It's just what looks pleasing to your own eye and what feels comfortable for you. And I highly suggest that you find people who have different coloring styles and just play with paper. It's just paper. you can always stamp it again. So just sit down and play and just color and see what fits your style. That's my number one tip if I could give you one. Okay, so I believe this is Baby's Breath, but it's yellow on the packaging, and I decided to go ahead and make it yellow on mine as well. I'm using a bright yellow. This is Y06. And then I realized I missed some leaves, so I brought my YG back in. So you'll see here that I have a mix of Chow and a mix of sketch markers. I know a lot of people have to have all of their markers be the exact same. I am not that person. I tend to, if it is in a Chow, which are a couple of dollars cheaper, I will buy the Chow. Like, I don't mind. It's the same tip. They both have brush end. They both have a chisel end. So that's definitely something that I have a mix of sketch and Chow. So I wanted to make my vase a really dark turquoise, and I started with BG49 and realized I needed to bring in BG09 to give it a bit more depth. So that's what I'm doing here on this jug. So I love this color combo. I know I've said that about every color combo, but this one is just so good. And it's the most perfect kind of dark turquoise color combination. And I cannot wait to use this one again. It's not one that I've used before, but one that I was playing with specifically for this vase because I didn't want it to be light. I felt like if I was going to go bold and bright with the flowers, I needed to go kind of bold and bright also with the vase. Now, some of you may be like, no, you should do the absolute opposite. But again, there's no right or wrong. It's just whatever looks pleasing to your eye. And I love the way the pink and the orange pop with this turquoise. This is a really pretty color combination. This is one that you could put in your house and have no issues with. So now that I've done coloring, I'm going to use the colorist blender to clean up a little bit, and then I'm going to cut this out. I cannot find the washi tape I normally use, so I've been using painter's tape. Okay, so this, I didn't want this to just have a white background, so I'm using BG11 and BG10 to go through and kind of just go around the flowers and the outside. I didn't want there to be a white border. It's very, very subtle, which is exactly what I wanted because, again, I really wanted these flowers to pop. I didn't want there to be any kind of interference. I want that pink flower to draw your eye, and I think adding a little bit of this kind of aqua in the background really does make the colors stand out. And I was doing my best to not smear this, and that's why you see me kind of just dabbing it on rather than trying to blend it like I normally would. Isn't it so pretty? I love this set. Love, 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 love this set. I do wish that and maybe there is a way to make the vase look transparent. That would be another fun idea. So I may sit down and play with this again once my craft room is put back together. Okay, it's time to assemble our card. So if you know me at all, you know I love a bright floral in front of a stark black background. And this just drew my heart. And initially I thought I would use a plaid or a stripe that had the similar colors in it. And then I decided that I wanted the black and white to be the main paper. And then I was trying to decide what other color I wanted to bring in to go with this purple. And then I'm like, am I doing purple? And am I doing turquoise? Am I doing orange? Am I doing pink? I ended up this took me a long time. Like, I cut out quite a few minutes of me just trying to select paper. I think sometimes that's the hardest decision, is what paper I want to go with this. So I decided to use yellow and purple for this, and I decided not to have a quilted background because you're really not going to be able to see it. So the black and white paper is actually slimline paper from Catherine Pooler. It's not available in the store. It's just for my stash. But I really, really love it. So I cut down the yellow to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Then I cut down my black and white. I believe it's already at 3 1/2. So I cut it down to 3 1/2 by 5 3/8. I'm using some Tombow Mono liquid glue to get those adhered. So I have a second to get it moved around. I'm going to adhere that to the front of this purple card that measures 4 1/4 by 11. I've scored it at 5 1/2. We are making a standard A2 sized card. I love that little tiny hint of purple. I'm glad I went with purple instead of navy or that aqua or that turquoise, excuse me, because I feel like it just brings in another color from that painting, but it doesn't overwhelm the rest of the. I feel like if I were going to bring in any other patterns, they need to be closer to neutral or monochromatic, because I didn't want the flowers and the black and white print to fight with anything else. I do feel like it really pops on that backdrop, and you can see that there. Okay, so I decided to use the Sending Love sentiment. I have a friend who lost her husband the 1st of January, so I thought this would be a nice card to send her to just let her know that I was thinking of her. I sent her flowers on Valentine's Day, etc., just wanting her to know that she's loved and we're keeping her in our thoughts. So this is a really, really tiny sentiment. And so I was cutting these little squares into thirds. And then I'm going to add glue on the side that this is going to actually touch on the jar. And again, Tombow Mono Liquid Glue for the win. And I'm just taking the backers off just like that. So once it was done, I decided I need to bring in some shimmer. You guys know I love this Nuvo Opal shimmer pen. It's probably my favorite. And then I decided that I wanted to use some Nuvo drops. So I added some yellow to the center of both of those flowers. And then I used some clear drops to add drops around. So that's it. This is a look at the finished card. I kind of just thumped the back to get them to kind of level out a little bit. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous in person. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I really do appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to check out the description box for all of the supplies, etc. And be sure to come back for another video. Bye for now.